Okay. So guys, welcome to the Robocon 2024. So in this year, on this conference, my talk is on automating playwright test with the AI. So what I did in this talk, where this instead of explaining directly about the AI and how we can leverage AI in the automation, I break down this talk into two parts. So first, I will explain about the Playwright. So Playwright, the Microsoft tool. So I will explain about some of the feature of the Playwright that make him a game changer. I will explain each of the feature with the example. Then I will come to the AI in automation, where I will explain how we can leverage the AI in our automation. I will give example using some of the tool so that basically normally that I personally use and that I personally use for the automation to generate the script. And then I will explain about one of the library which normally we use for automation the Playwright script using the Zero Step. Zero Step is a company who has created basically the environment by using using this platform, or you can say this tool or this library, we can create the our test cases, Playwright test cases, and make the make the our execution fast. And I will explain in detail. So let's move to the next slide. So this is the agenda basically. So I will explain about the introduction of the playwright. So we will give you the brief detail about the playwright. Then I will explain how we can set up the playwright in an easy way. Then I will explain some of the game-changing feature, or you can say some of the tool that Playwright have, like browser context is one of the features, harding is a feature, UI mode is another feature, tracer view, debugging, and code gen. I will explain all these features with example. Then I will explain AI in automation, how we can leverage the AI in automation. Then I will explain about the library zero step which we can use to create the, or you can say create the script in Playwright. And I will explain this library with some of the live example where you can see how we can leverage zero step to create our Playwright script and make our execution fast. That is me, myself, Kailash Pathak. So I am working as a senior QA lead manager in Tripura Global. So I have more than 15 years of experience, and most of the experience in automation. And from last 4 to 5 years, I am mainly working in Cypress and Playwright. And in the free time, I love to write the blog, or you can say the technical blogs on various tools, very traditional tools, or the tool that right now in the market. And also, I love to give the conferences. I love to participate in the workshop and the talks. So this is all of this about the Playwright. So Playwright come into the market in 2020. So basically, before Playwright, the tool that was very popular in the market was Cypress. So though definitely we have other traditional tool like Selenium and all, but when we talk about the JS tool, JS framework tool, so this is the tool come after the Cypress. So the popularity of the Playwright is basically it's getting the property day by day. The reason is simple. So it's first of all that the reason that I see, first of all, is the multi-language support. So it support TypeScript, JavaScript, C Sharp, Java, and Python. Apart from that, the region of the popularity is like it's handle Shadowdom, iframe, alerts, and other basically other objects very well. And by default, it's run the another region of popularity of the Playwright is the by default all the test cases in the Playwright run in parallel. And though we can adjust in our config file, if you don't want to run in parallel, we can update our config file. And suppose I want to run in only single browser, so I can update my config accordingly. So I will explain in detail. And apart from that, one of the other feature that Playwright that I really like is by default it support CI/CD GitHub action. So we don't need to configure much in the CI/CD side. So it give a kind of it give a by default YAML file. So when we install, it will ask whether you want the GitHub action as a default or not. So if you give the answer in yes, so the YAML file will created by default, and you can update the YAML file as per your requirement, and you can execute your test case in CI/CD. very easy. Features, some of these are some of the feature of the Playwright. So cross browser, definitely we can run, as I mentioned, we can run Playwright test cases in multiple browser, or I mean, by default it supports Chrome, WebKit, and Firefox. So as I mentioned, in the config file, we have all these three browsers by default come, and if you want to execute only in one or two browsers, you can just update the config file. Cross-platform, Playwright supports the cross-platform. You can run your test case in Linux, Mac, and Windows. Cross-language, support most of the basically languages like TypeScript, Python, Node, and Java. Playwright inspector is the another feature that we have. So using the Playwright inspector, you can generate the selector, or you can say locator very easily. So you don't need to worry about how to generate the locator and all. They have their inbuilt Playwright inspector with the help of which you can generate the selector or locator. Tracer view is another feature that the Playwright have. Using the tracer view, so suppose that you have executed your test cases and some of the test cases are failed, you want to investigate the region of the failure, you can do very easily with the help of tracer view. I will explain in a few minutes. Auto-weight mechanism is there. Browser context. Browser context is nothing but kind of, you can say that it's a basically it's a incognito window, separate incognito window. So Playwright suppose a browser context concept. So in browser context, using the single browser instance, you can create the multiple browser context. When I say the multiple browser context, I mean to say multiple incognito window, and in multiple incognito window, you can run the multiple different type of application. So I will explain with the example one by one. And there is a one more feature I'm missing here, which is starting. In starting, basically, you can by default, as I mentioned, Playwright support the parallel test case execution in parallel. But with the help of sharding, you can enhance that capability, like running your test cases in multiple machines. That I will explain. Set up Playwright in Blink. So Playwright, we can easily set up the Playwright. So we have normally two methods. First method is npm init Playwright the latest. So once we run this command, it will install the basically Playwright. And the another way to install the Playwright is using this VS Code. So we have to just write this command, and the Playwright will install in 7 to 8 seconds. So it will take hardly 7 to 8 seconds to installation, right? And when we do the installation, it will ask for whether you want in TypeScript or JavaScript. So it's up to you. Default is TypeScript. So if you want to create your if you want to create your script in JavaScript, you can select the JavaScript. Let's see some of the magic feature of the Playwright. So first is the browser context. So as I mentioned, you can see here in the diagram, using the single browser instance, you can create a multiple context. So Playwright create a multiple browser context within the single browser instance. This is useful when you want to test a multi-user function like role-based testing or chat application, right? Instead of launching the new browser instance for each test, it use one browser instance for all the tests. Each test create a unique browser context within the browser instance. So suppose I want to test three applications at a time. So normally in the traditional system I have to launch the three browser, but using the Playwright have a browser context concept there. So using a single browser instance, you can create three contexts. In context one, you are running suppose application one. In context two, you're running application where you are logging and adding to the item to the cart. In the third context, suppose you have accessing some other application where you searching and doing some other action. So let me quickly show this browser context. How can we run browser context practically? So let me open the Visual Studio. So yes. So let me move this three test cases here just for to avoid the confusion. So this is the browser context here. So this is one of the specs file that I have created here. So if you see here, I have two browser contexts here. This is the one browser instance basically. Using the one browser instance, I have created two contexts. First context is here, second context is here. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me take this example. I think okay. Yeah, this is the example. Yeah, three contexts in here. I want to take this example for the. So here you can see in the first context what I am doing. I am opening this application automationexercise.com, and I am logging with NCR Meet one. In the second context, I am opening this Lambda test site, and I am logging with this username and password. And in the third context, I am again log into this application, automation exercise, and then I log in with some different user. Here I am using NCR Meet one, and but here I am using the NCR Meet two. So let me run this. So what will happen basically when this specs file will run, it open sorry, it open one browser but three contexts. For first context, it will open this application. In second, it will open this one, and in the third, it will open this one, this one actually. So let me just give me a moment. Just a minute. Let me open this. Uh, okay, under the test folder, I have this browser context. So I am running this file browser context.spec.file. So let me in headed mode. So let me run this specs file. So you will see three contexts will open. This is the first, it will open, and this is the second lambda test side open. Then it will and this is the third one. So three applications. So at a time, one time, I am working on three applications basically. This is my first application. Here you can see I logged in with Peter. In second, I logged in with John, and in the third one, basically, I logged in the Lambda test. And whatever I want to do, basically, I can easily do. So this is one of the beauty of the Playwright. Basically, we have a browser context concept. So at a time, using single browser, even if you see here, it open all the in incognito. This is the in incognito. This is also open in incognito, and third one is also open in incognito, right? So this is the one of the good thing about the Playwright. So they have a concept of browser context here. So with the help of you can parallelly you are working in three applications. So this is one of the features that I really love about this. And whatever the action you want to perform, you can easily do basically, right? So let me stop it. Okay, let me quickly move to the other feature of this Playwright. So this is browser context, and other one is the sharding basically. Sharding, as I mentioned, Playwright sharding is technique by running the test suite across multiple machines simultaneously, right? So by default, as I mentioned, let me quickly show you. So this is my Playwright config file. So if you see here from line number 35 to line number 49, so it support by default three browser, Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit, right? So right now I have these commented these basically, and even also it supports the mobile responsiveness also, right? So I have just commented these line, and I keep this basically only the Chromium. So starting it basically by default, as I mentioned, it supports. Suppose I have to run the test cases. So let me move this test case here, and let me do one thing for the. I am taking these two example here and moving to the this test one. Okay. So if you see in example one, I have how many test cases I have? I have 16 test cases. In example two, I have five test cases. So total number of test cases that I have right now is 21 test cases. So if I run these test cases here, so it will run basically as I mentioned in the config file, it will run in one browser and using the four worker. So four worker is nothing but you can say kind of basically four machine, but as I am running in the locally, so it's only basically it's a basically one machine. So practically my test case are running in the one machine. So if I run this test case here, so let me go here. Okay. So by default, Playwright run the test in parallel in order to achieve the even greater parallels, and you can further scale the Playwright execution. Okay. Sharding take this as a step further by distributing a test across the different machines. So what sharding will do, let me run it first in locally. So here you can see 4 worker, 21 test cases are running because I have mentioned here in line number 22, I have mentioned the 4 worker. But as I am running locally, so it's my test case are running in one machine only. They are not actually practically they are not running in 4 machines. They are running in only one machine. So if you can see here, it's take around 15.9 seconds, right? So using the sharding. So for sharding, what I have to do, as I mentioned in Playwright, we have a by default one YAML file where you can mention in how many machine, or you can say how can you how can you want to distribute your test cases. So if you see in line number 14, I have distributed my 21 test cases. These are my 21 test cases. I have distributed the test cases in 4 machines. So when I push this code, they are start executing in the 4 machine. And you can see here in the below, basically what I am doing here, I am just checking out the code and I am running my test cases in the in the matrix dot sorted. Basically I am running in 4 machine, and finally I am merging the report. Basically what happened, because my test cases are running in 4 machine, so I want, if I want to generate the report, I have to club all the test cases, the executed test cases from 4 machine into the single machine. So finally I am merging the report and using this blob. So for that, we have to do to run this, so in line number 24 you can see we have to give the blob option here, right? So this is my YAML file. In YAML file, I simply mention how many shard, how many machine you can say I want to run my test cases. These 21 test cases. These are the 21 test cases that I mentioned basically, right? And finally, I'm merging the report. All the my test cases are running in 4 machines. They are merging together and finally generating. So let me quickly open this GitHub. One I already executed the test cases. So let me open the this test case here. Yes. So if you see here in the action, I already running these test cases yesterday. So you can see my 4 test cases are running here in 4 machine. And because as I mentioned, I have total 21 test cases. So if you see in first machine, how many test cases are executed? In first machine, my 6 test cases are executed. Okay. So test file one, 6 test cases are running in second machine. How many test cases are executed? In second machine, you can see 5 test cases. So 6, 5, 5, and again finally 5. So total 21 test cases are running in my fourth machine. Here you can see 5 test cases, and in the last side, or you can say in the last machine, my remaining sorry, remaining test cases are executed. And finally you will see the report. Let me quickly show you the report here. If you go into the report, so here is the report generated here. You can see the blob report, and when I click on this HTML report that is generated, it will download it itself. So let me quickly open this. Yes. Here you can see 7.9 second is taken by 21 test cases. Okay. And if you compare with the local, it's taking 15.9. So almost half, you can say half time. It will taken when we run in the starting, or you can say if you run in the CI/CD pipeline through the starting. Here I have given the four shard actually. So if you want to increase, you can increase 5 or 6 shard. So this is all about this sharding. And let me quickly move to the other feature of the Playwright. So the another feature of the Playwright is code gen. and Playwright inspector. So for the code gen, let me quickly run this command here. So code gen is nothing but just for this to run the basically to run the to generate the code actually. So let me quickly run this command here. So I have run this command. Let me let me copy the complete command here. So what will happen when I run this command? It will open a code generator which will start generating the code. It will open the inspector. So inspector you can see here, and you can see basically it will start recording. So let me quickly log in into this site. So let me log in with this. Okay. So I am logging with this person, and whatever I am writing here, it will start basically typing also here. Basically, it will start recording here, and you can also see one thing more. So you can inspect any of the object, and you can see basically what are the locator for this contributor, what is the locator for this. So this is one of the feature of this playwright. Basically, you can if you want to see the what is the locator of this, and you can easily see. So this is one of the feature of the playwright inspector. Apart from that, okay, let me do further. So let me click on login button here. Okay. Mm, okay, might be I have done something wrong here. So I think in password is wrong actually here. Password is lambda 123. Let me quickly run it again. Here is the mail ID, and let me log in here. Password is 123. Yes. So let me log in. So yeah, so here you can see whatever the step I am performing, they are logged in here. And apart from this inspector, basically, as I mentioned, you can inspect any of the object and you can get the like if I want to get the locator, I will just click here and you can see here and it will click on this and it will automatically basically get the locator also. And apart from that, there is just some other feature here for the Playwright inspector. If you see here, there are three options here basically. One is these are the basically assertion basically, right? So these are the three assertions that Playwright have. Just a minute. So if you click on here, this is the assertion for visibility. This assertion for the text. This assertion for the sum value. So suppose I want to verify this text here. So what I will do, I will click here and I will click here and then I click here. So it will automatically type latest article and then once I click on this check sign, it will automatically print here in my playwright inspector, right? So this is the basically it to contain text. If you want. So this is one of the feature basically that playwright have that you can inspect, you can do the recording all the stuff. You can basically you can get the locator of any of the object. You can put the assertion. So that is all. This is all about basically the this is all about this feature of the playwright. So let me quickly move to the uh, other features. Yes. Now come to the AI in automation, basically. So AI nowadays actually very popular, basically. So everyone want to know basically how we can leverage the AI in automation. So AI in automation refer to the use of artificial intelligence to enhance the automate various aspect of the software testing. AI can improve efficiency, accuracy, speed for the analyzing the vast amount of test data. So normally when basically like the Gen AI model that we have right now, like the Chat GPT and the Copilot, and have we have in the basically that normally we have. So how can we first thing basically how can we leverage these things these Gen AI model in our manual work? Then how can we leverage it in the automation? So if I talk about the manual work, so definitely we can take the benefit like suppose I want to create the test plan, some I want to create some test plan or test strategy document. I can take the leverage of the basically of this ChatGPT, Copilot, and Gemini, right? Similarly, if I want to generate some code, like this is one of the medium blog that I have written. If you see here, I have asked basically some of the prompt here, basically like generate the Playwright JavaScript code to open this website. So it will automatically generate this code. But though we can't rely 100% on this generated code, so we have to basically we have to put our brain like this the code that is generated correct or not. So in this blog I have basically I have run couple of prompts. So if you see here, it will when I run this question, it will generate this code me, and after doing the some minor change, so finally I am able to basically finally I am able to generate this to generate this code after doing some tweaks. And when I run this, I can easily run this without any error. And then in question two, I asked to write the playwright JavaScript code to opening the URL of the site, right? So it ChatGPT generated this code for me, and after doing some minor tweak, I am able to generate it. I am able to run this code successfully. Here you can see. In question three, I asked to print the title, so it will generate with this. So I mean to say we can leverage, we can't 100% rely on ChatGPT, Copilot, or other Gen AI model basically. But yes, we can take the leverage, like we can also take the benefit, like suppose we are struggling some debugging, we are struggling with the code where it giving the error and all. So what we can do, we can just copy and paste and put in the ChatGPT, and it will give the answer like where we are doing some mistake and all, right? And you can see here that this test case also pass, and it will also generate the page title. And then I logged in with this scenario, like logged into this and logged in with this username and password. So it will generate this code for me, and after doing minor tweak, I am able to run this code successfully. So I mean to say, we can definitely we can leverage the AI in whether in manual or automation using for test script creation. But ultimately we have to put our brain like where basically what the generate, because most of the time basically we have to do the tweak in the generated code. We can't rely 100% on the generated code. So definitely it help us in basically to doing our work fast. But you should have the you should have the knowledge of all the whatever the tool you are using, or whatever the language you are using, right? So in the last, actually, basically, I asked to add the cart, and also it will add the item into the cart. So this is all about basically, this is all about the Chat GPT, how we can leverage the tool, basically this type of tool, whether it's Chat GPT, whether it's Gemini. Here you can see I have to generate the Cucumber feature file, so it will generate for me the Cucumber feature file, right? So this is the one thing. Another thing that there we have couple of tool in the market right now we have that are helping to basically to doing the automation, and they're making the test very fast. So I got a chance to explore some of the tool basically. Like one of the tool I explore is Apply tool. So Apply tool, what is Apply tool? Apply tool is the world's first autonomous testing platform to help you to correctly test your application with the help of AI. So with the help of this Apply tool, I personally use this tool basically, and I love it. And basically, you can use this tool from various perspective. Like you can for UI automation, you can do with the help of this Apply. You can do the API automation also. You can do the visual testing also. So there are different basically flavor in this tool. Like you can scan your complete website. You can scan your some of the URL you want to test, and then you can run and one good thing about it, you have to write your test case in the plain English. It support the NLP basically, right? And you can also record and debug in the real time, right? And you can verify dynamic data, right? So this is one of the good thing about this tool basically, and I personally use it, and I have run couple of basically test cases on this Apply tool. Let me quickly show you. So here you can see this is one of the I have generated two test cases, one for the UI automation, another for the API. So you can see for the UI automation what I am doing here. So very easy basically every tool. So once you registered in this tool, and you can request for the free trial version also. Once you done the request and once you logged in, you can see here basically it come into the three flavor actually. So when you logged in and you click on this test here, you can create a new test for full website, for URL, for particular URLs, for custom flow. Full website, it will scan the complete website. URL, particular few of the URL, it will scan. Custom flow, basically you can where you can record and you can type your step in plain English language, right? So let me quickly show you the further UI automation that I did here. So you can see here I have recorded some of the step here. So it's a very plain language in English language, like go to this, enter this, and then finally basically I am logging down. And so let me quickly run this so that you can understand how basically useful these type of tool are. And the good thing about these tool is, suppose you don't need to depend upon any of the basically, if there is a change in the UI is done or there is a change from the dev side, then it will automatically, it's a self-healing concept here in Aptitude actually. So you don't need to worry about like my test case will be break, and also you have to just write all your step in plain English. So here you can see I have just logged in into this, open this site and logged in with the username and password, and then click on to add to the cart, and I am adding the cart, then I am checking out and then typing something and then clicking on it, on the finish, and finally I'm logging out. So it will take me some time. So in the meantime, it will running. I can explore you the basically another basically feature that they have actually. So let me, you can do API automation also. So let me quickly show you the one of the API automation script I have recorded here. So let me quickly show you. So this is my API automation that I have recorded here. Let me just a minute. Yeah, here you can see. Go to this side, and I am saying here go to this, and then I am hitting here the get request, and after getting the get request, I am verifying the status 200. Then I am verifying the title and all, right? So this is the good thing about this. Basically, you can do basically not only the basically UI automation, you can also do the API automation which they have for this tool actually, right? So might be due to some reason it's not running, but I want to just showcase you like these are the steps that you have to basically generate here, and you can quickly run your test cases. Let me stop it again and let me run one time. Yes. So these are type all the tool basically they're really helpful for the automation. So in the meantime, this test case is running. I will go to one another tool basically which is Can AI. This is the tool from the LambdaTest. Basically, they recently launched it to the market. So this is also similar type of basically advanced AI power tool on the modern LLM, using approach to create and debug and involve the end-to-end testing in natural language. So you can also do the basically you can take also this leverage this tool for your automation perspective also. So it same concept here basically. They use also NLP. You have to write your step in plain English. So I already basically I already recorded some of the script here. So let me quickly show you. Okay, just a minute. Same concept is here also actually. So let me go to the test manager here. So after logged in, basically you can go here in test manager and you can create a new project. And in the inside the new project, you can basically you can create your script. So I have created one script here. So let me quickly open this test case here. And here you have to basically create the project, and then you have to create the folder, and inside the folder you can create your basically like smoke suit or regression, whatever. So here you can see I have done same basically like open this, then enter this. Let me quickly edit this test step. They also basically in Can AI, basically we also follow the same thing. Like you can see here, that we have written in plain English like open this, and then here you can see it entering the username, email ID, then entering the password here, and then clicking on the login button, and then finally basically after clicking here it clicking on this logout button, and finally after logged out it verifying this text. So these model are basically these type of tools, basically AI tool are very helpful, and you don't need to worry about the locator or all. So in case suppose that some of the locator are changed, or some of the object are changed in the UI, it will they will automatically heal actually. So you can see here the our test case is far. So these are the two tools basically that I want to demonstrate here. And last but not least, so let me move to the further about zero step. So zero step is another basically I would say it's a library. So supercharge your playwright test with the AI. So zero step basically it's basically behind the scene. It's your GPT 3.5 and GPT 4 to make the playwright test simpler, right? So I have created one document here just to set up all the thing for how we can set up the zero step. So why you use the zero step? The conventional approach basically set that basically the in traditional approach basically the locator that we have to use the locator actually basically to suppose to interact with the object into the UI, right? So we require CSS locator, XPath or ID or something, but with the zero step, you don't need to worry about the locators and all, right? And they clearly mention here basically so long selector. Instead of CS selector XPath, AI instant determine what action to take the runtime based on your plain text instruction. So you have to just write your basically command in plain text, and you don't need to worry about the locator, which locator they are using and all, right? So they have given one of the example here, and one of the good thing about the conventional approach they have mentioned here, selector are tightly coupled, right, to the application. No selector here, but it with a zero step, no selector is used for the zero step AI assistant, right? Every action must be precisely translated to the code, making it to test slower to implement than unit integration, but build test quickly, expressing the action as and playlist action. They have clearly basically mentioned what are the conventional or traditional approach, and but with the help of zero step, what we how we can do very easily. So pricing model, so they have 500 AI. So when we say 500 AI, I mean to say basically 500 command that you have used basically to create your script. So up to 500 are free. After 500, they are charging like for 2000 AI, they are charging $20 and this. So so this tool is still basically this is basically I really like this tool, but yes, there are some still they have some issue with this tool basically. So sometime I feel basically for few of the objects not working properly and all, but yes, so looks very promising. So might be the down the line once the zero step launch this zero step team launch this tool full flash pro and fixing all the issue. My assumption is down the line is going to be, I mean, good tool for the testing, especially for the playwright basically, right? So they have given some of the example here, like these are the some of the E2E tests they have given some example. I will showcase you. So for the setup perspective, you have to basically you have to run this first. You have to install an playwright. Then you have to run this command, which will install the zero step, and then after logging into the zero step, you have to copy this API key, and you have to create zero step config.json file, and you have to mention this token or API key here, and then you can automate your test cases using zero step. So for the example purpose, I have taken this example here. Log into the site e-commerce, enter the valid username password, then login button, and then edit the account and then fill the data, right? So conventional approach is that basically, so okay, let me show with the code here. So let me open the Visual Studio again. So if you see here, I have given some of the example. So suppose I have to log in into the site ecom playground playwright sorry lambda test site, and I have what I'm doing here. Here I'm just entering the email address and then entering the password and clicking on the login button, and then basically what I'm doing here, I'm clicking on the login button here, and then I'm just editing this. I am doing the editing account, right? And for then I'm just updating the first name, last name, email, and all, right? So this is the traditional approach. So you can see here I have written almost 22 line code here, but using zero step, it become I mean the code become almost half actually. So if I showcase you, this is the basically I have written with the help of basically zero step. So what we have to do for zero step, we have to import line number two here, and instead of like you can see here in the line number six, I click on page.go to this URL, then await AI. This is the command basically that I mentioned here. Basically 500 command they are giving free without any money, without 500 AI function they are giving per month, and after that we have to pay for extra risk. So up to 500 they are free. So you can see here there are five or six commands we are using for this test case. So total you can see in 16 line I have total 59 code, and in the previous when in the traditional approach we have to write in 22 line code, and almost I would say almost half, basically half line of code. And one good thing about it that one about this zero step is like suppose I have to fill the data in this form after logged in, because here you can see after logged in I am editing and I am updating this information. So in the traditional approach, what I have to do, I have to find the locator and then dot type, find the locator of this, then dot type, and then find the locator we have to do. But in zero step you have to write only one single line. You can see in line number 13, you have to just write fill out the form realistic way. Okay, so let me run this command here. Let me run this test case one time. Okay, test. So this is the basically using the play zero step. So I am running this. So you can see here basically it will log in into the it will log in into the this email address and password and then edit account, and then it will edit the information, right? So this is the good thing about basically about the zero step actually, right? And apart from there, there are some other example here. You can see source demo. This is one other example I have given here. So what I am doing here in this site source demo, I am logged in with this username and password, and then I am checking this bit complex scenario that I am doing here, the zero step. So what I am doing after login, I am adding these two products to the cart, then I go to the card and then checkout page, and then I'm entering the value here, and then finally I'm verifying whatever the value, basically total value, the sum of these one, two, these values and plus tax is equal to 4318. This is I am trying to verify with the this with the help of this zero step. So if I do traditionally, so I have to write lot of code here, but with the help of this zero step, I can easily write very easily basically, and don't need. And one more thing basically, I don't need to worry about the locator failure and locator, what are the locator and all, right? So let me run this code here. So this is the source lab code here. So okay, let me run this code here. So you will see here it will logged in and it will add two item into the card, add to the card, right? So you can see here two item are added, and then it will check out, and you can see here the automatically filling the value. I don't need to fill any value, and then back to him and then logged out, right? And if I go to the console, actually I have printed the value in console also like 4318, right? So the whatever the basically value is coming like just a minute, add to the card and if I go here. you can see here in the checkout page, you can see here in the checkout page, the value total is 430. This plus this tax equal to 4318. So I am just verifying here the combined price, first product price, second product price, everything I have printed here in the code here in the line number 14 or 15 you can see. So I mean to say even with the help of zero step we can do the complex scenario also. We don't need to, I mean only not only the simple but we can also do the complex scenario. I have written some other basically like for the calendar for scheduling the calendar. I have written this code here also. So basically, I am opening this side and then just scheduling the basically scheduling the calendar for a particular day. And you can see finally you will see the message you are scheduled. So I am here also using the same zero step command here. You can see AI here. So these are some of the example they and they also given some of the example here. You can see, right? So like book the next available time slot currently here and then search for the organic like they are what they are doing here, they are just opening this site and they are searching something, right? And then basically this is another example they have given here, and this is the get the latest top price. So everything basically they are doing with the help of this zero step. So zero step, I totally agree. There are people saying like it's not much stable. I totally agree with the people, but yes, down the line once they will for the POC purpose you definitely you can leverage this zero step and you can take the benefit. And good thing about the zero step is you can use both the mix command of zero step plus playwright command. Both the command you can use basically. You don't need to rely only on zero step AI command. You can also mix the zero step plus my playwright. It's on playwright command as well. So this is the good thing about the zero step. Okay, so let's move to the next thing basically. So I think I almost done. Let me move to my next slide. I hope I already done. Let me just to make sure nothing I left here. So I have covered all about this, right? So here is it's all actually. So you can find me. You can find me in LinkedIn. You can find me in Twitter. So I hope you like my session. So thanks for your time and thanks for your basically patience.